This is a trade plan chart for comms listed on the AIM index. Now, what we pointed out is that we are a group of stock market traders. We have no current position on in comms, and we do not look to put a position on short term. So we don't want to influence anyone. This is just our opinion. One thing that we will note in this video is that we have identified some key price areas in comms, and we've identified some buying targets and some selling targets. One thing that we'd like to note is that we have drawn in a ascending trend line. Now, this isn't really a long-term trend line, so it isn't too important, but where things happen quite quickly in comms, we have to really deal with what we've got. Now, we are below this trend line, which will act as a resistance. However, if you get to sell at 11 pence per share, if the price gets back above that trend line and heads towards 11 pence, then we would 100% recommend you sell at 11p. But if we can just revisit that ascending trend line, so we can really show you what we mean. You know, it did form an ascending trend line. We got below it, so that will be resistance. But if we pop back above that, which could well happen tomorrow into next week, then that will be support again. And the major resistance, I mean, there is just over 8 pence of resistance line, but the major resistance will be 11 pence. And time after time after time, we see these sort of shares failing at double tops. So if you do get a chance to sell at 11 pence, then please do take it, as you will be very glad that you will sell at 11 pence. Now, we have got a full trading plan for this stock. If you click the link below the video, you'll be able to see that. Also, if you would like to see a new video this weekend and every week afterwards, then subscribe to our YouTube channel or join us on Facebook at We Make Mints. And just before we conclude this video, we forgot to mention there is actually what we like to call a line in the sand with comms. Now, Tesco is currently fighting at its line in the sand. It got below and it got back above. A line in the sand is basically all the time we stay above the so-called line in the sand, the term is bullish. Whereas if we get below that line in the sand, then we most certainly would liquidate all positions and assume a bearish roll on this share. So if you want to know what that line in the sand is, click the link below this video and don't forget to subscribe for next week's video.